From Durban, actor and comedian Ndaba Mhlongo relocated to Johannesburg with his sister Somizi Mhlongo to become part of Gibson Kinte's stable of actors. As of then, Ndaba was already a married man with 2 children. But everything changed for the entertainer when he encountered actress Twala. The duo met in Ndaba, Soweto at a rehearsal for a Gibson Kinte's musical entitled Sikalo in 1966. It was during the late 60s that the couple finally cemented their love in a simple marriage ceremony. With time, the duo became the most loved showbiz couple in all of South Africa through their productions on Kinte's stage. Their marriage would go on to be blessed with 2 sons, Archie Mhlongo and Somizi Mhlongo, who was born in Soweto just 2 days before Christmas on the 23rd of December 1972. Although Ndaba was already a father before he exchanged vows with Twala, nothing more was heard about his children from his previous relationships. Somizi grew up in his grandmother's 4-room house in the township of Soweto, where he lived with many other family members. Unfortunately, Somizi's brother Archie died after being stabbed at a tavern in 1985. And his death haunted him, not only because of their relationship, but because he had ample opportunity of saving Archie's life, as he dreamed of the incident the previous night, but chose to keep quiet about it. Even as he went to purchase fat cakes the next morning, one of Archie's friends was extending his condolences, telling Somizi how sorry he was to hear about Archie's death. Even with all that pre-information, Somizi still did not say anything to his parents. Until around 2 a.m. in the morning, his family got a knock on the door to say Archie was found dead, stabbed at a tavern. By then, it was too late to do anything. Somizi was scared to tell his parents that someone had mentioned something like that in case they thought he was crazy or lying. Still devastated by the news, guilt soon crept in and stopped Somizi from mourning properly. Being stabbed in a tavern may mean a whole lot of things, but to date, the Mhlongo family never deemed it necessary to reveal the circumstances that led to the incident that took Archie's life. Since his demise, nothing much has been heard about the first child of Twala and Ndaba Mhlongo, as his family have done their best to forget the ugly incident. Somizi did not have a typical childhood. He was exposed to the entertainment industry when he was still very young, as his parents were already so much involved. He often traveled with his parents during their theater tours. Through the influence of his celebrity parents, he was bitten by the acting bug. This helped Somizi thrive easily in the entertainment industry, landing his first acting role at age 13. He made his first appearance in the 1987 film Scavengers, when he played the role of Jeffrey.
I want you to get out of sight and go back to the village later.
But boss, I'll come with you.
No, you can't come. Take care of yourself, pal.
2 years later, he was left in South Africa while his parents were on Broadway overseas doing Sarafina's stage production in 1989. That's when Mbongeni Ngema asked his parents if he could join the production, but they refused because he was still in school. Somizi started school for the first time when he was 7 years old, but he couldn't bear it without his parents after 6 months, since he wanted to join them and did not like going to school. Since Mbongeni was looking for a cast to tour the world, Somizi went for auditions without telling his parents. He rehearsed for 6 months without his parents and family knowing. He would wake up early in the morning and dress up for school. When he left the house, he went to the train station to go rehearse. He changed his school uniform in the train, and when rehearsals were over, he would change back in his school uniform and went back home, pretending as if he came back from school. But because his father was a choreographer in the production, he saw Somizi's name on the list of casts who were rehearsing for Sarafina. His parents did not stop him when they found out. Instead, they encouraged him to go for his dreams and what he was passionate about. Somizi's time in school was short-lived because he spent most of his formative years on the acting set. As a result of this, he had to drop out of school in grade 9 to pursue his dreams. At the tender age of 13, Somizi joined the Broadway musical Sarafina and traveled the world for 5 years with the production. He later went on to star in the film adaptation of Sarafina in 1992. He appeared in what would turn out to be his breakthrough movie, the political and musical drama film about students involved in the Soweto uprising, where he portrayed the character of Weko.
But we are not happy, and we are not quiet, and we are not under control. So somebody better tell the boers. People don't.
The film enjoyed huge success both locally and internationally, thus bringing all that participated in it into the limelight, which also became the first big project he choreographed. His mother Mary also appeared in the film, while his father Ndaba collaborated on the Broadway adaptation. He was groomed by his parents, who were at the prime of their careers at the time. According to Somizi, he revealed that his father Ndaba Mhlongo noticed that he was very feminine and liked men a lot growing up. His dad was well aware of his sexuality and did not have any issues with that. Unfortunately, his father would pass on the 25th of October 1989. The legendary actor's death shook Mary's world, and she vowed never to remarry. According to the actress, her love for Ndaba was still very much alive, and no man would take his place. Ndaba meant the world to Twala, but she still found the strength to move on after he was laid to rest. In the early 90s, Somizi had not come out as gay. He was in a high-profile relationship with actress Palesa Madisakwane, who he met while they were teenagers. Somizi said he thought he was bisexual and was convinced he was attracted to men and women. When he met Palesa, he was dating a man at that time, but agreed to be in a relationship with her. Palesa questioned his sexuality and he told her he was bisexual, which led to them dating. The couple had their first child, Bahumi Madisakwane, on 19 February 1995. After they had their daughter, Somizi came out as gay to his partner. This revelation subsequently led to the end of their relationship. But despite his sexuality, Somizi never stopped being a good father figure to his daughter, and the duo share a very close bond. His mother, Mary Twala, never questioned his sexuality and was unquestioning in her acceptance in his way of life. Contrary to the expectations of people, she showered her only surviving child with unconditional love despite him being gay. Mary was quick to defend her son's choice in any situation. Somizi's family supported him as he prepared himself for what was to come, not because he was confused or afraid of society, but because he was still learning how to handle some of the complex situations he would face.
Alright. You're gonna sing some other. Go sit. Alright. Listen, how we can now be match. Be on here. Give us R. Curly.
In 1993, Somizi made his television debut by appearing in an episode of African Skies. 2 years later, he played the role of a young thief in Cry the Beloved Country, before going on to feature in the American TV series that only lasted for 1 season, Tarzan: The Epic Adventures in 1996. Other notable movies and TV shows he had gone ahead to be part of include Zero Tolerance, Black Bullets, and City Sizzler. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with a terminal disease in 1999 that had the capacity to take his life within 6 months and is incurable. He did not name the illness for personal reasons. Somizi Mhlongo apparently debated whether it was worth seeking treatment and living with the chronic illness. He was apparently told he only had a month to live. Somizi explained that by cultivating a positive mindset, he was able to rise above his affliction despite numerous days when it all felt like too much. Somizi was later fined 3.4 million rand by the taxman for allegedly failing to pay taxes. He then went to the SARS offices and was arrested in front of them. He claimed that he was sobbing uncontrollably as they were planning to take his car after he informed them that the car was not his. Somizi's house was forcibly sold by them and he attempted to put a stop to it by thinking of methods to get out of the mess without having to sell his house. Some of his goods, including costly bags, a crocodile skin couch, and more than 80 pairs of designer sunglasses, were reportedly auctioned off by the South African Revenue Service. Somizi was broke, in debt, and depressed between 2006 and 2009. While he could afford to go to Paris, Milan, and New York for luxury shopping sprees, he was destitute, in debt, and miserable. It was difficult and claimed that he cried every day. He felt better at night because the day was done and hoped for a better day the next day. But when he woke up and realized he was still there, he would start crying all over again and began isolating himself. While taking up various acting roles, Somizi Mhlongo was able to work on his choreography, which allowed him to feature in various dance shows, both as a host and as a judge. He was a judge on the former SABC1 competition show, Dance or Butt Off. Mhlongo hosted various award shows, notably being the South African Music Awards, where he co-hosted for 3 consecutive years. He choreographed many prominent events, including the opening and closing ceremonies of the 2010 FIFA World Cup in his home country and the Miss South Africa pageant. He got his breakthrough in 2015 when he was named among the judges on the singing talent show Idols South Africa.
Tongue down. Oh, holla. Say,
Is there a frog in there? So
Say-
did you see something?
sing. You see, it comes out. One again. What's that?
In 2016, Mhlongo premiered his reality show Living the Dream with Somizi, which aired on Mzansi Magic. In 2017, he was named the ambassador for the satellite service DSTV. As for his notability on Idols South Africa, which airs on 2 of their channels, Mnet and Mzansi Magic. He then endorsed with the Department of Water and Sanitation later that year, and also McDonald's South Africa in being the face of McCafe coach sessions. Later that year, Somizi released the dance workout DVD, Grind with Somizi, which was available at Verimark. The workout choreography had many elements of South African dance moves. He also did several YouTube workout videos under the name White Tone Dance Fitness with Somizi. Starting on the 3rd of April 2017, Mhlongo was one of the co-hosts of Metro FM Breakfast Show, The Fresh Breakfast Show, alongside the lead host, DJ Fresh, and soccer presenter, Mpole Tsolonyane. Somizi Mhlongo then released his autobiography, Dominoes, Unbreakable Spirit, co-written with journalist Leslie Mofokeng. The book is 112 pages. The book deals with Mhlongo's sexuality, and he recounts his friendships with stars like Brenda Fassie and Lebo Mathosa. That same year, speculations surfaced that he was in a relationship with model and entrepreneur Mohale Tebogo Motaung. The two met after both receiving an invitation to a Louis Vuitton and Moet and Chandon event. The champagne launch was limited to only 20 customers. Mohale then wrote him an Instagram direct message, and the rest was history. Mohale was also seen at a book signing for Somizi's book, which he was hosting. The following year, the couple confirmed the rumors after Somizi proposed to Motaung during their vacation in France.
Mohale, you make me the happiest man of my life. Will you marry me? Yes!
On the 28th of September 2019, the couple had a traditional wedding. And on the 30th January 2020, they had their white wedding. The couple went to great lengths to throw the most lavish wedding South Africa has ever seen. Somizi turned to social media to announce the most anticipated wedding of the year will air exclusively on Showmax. The TV special premiered on February 24, 2020. The show became South Africa's most watched TV special thanks to Showmax. According to Showmax, Somizi and Mohale The Union has surpassed any Hollywood blockbuster program as the show with the most views on its first day on their streaming site. The union between Somizi and Mohale gained so much attention for different reasons. While some people are interested in knowing more about this couple and their relationship because they are on the LGBTQI+ side of things, others are interested because of the massive age difference between the two lovebirds, as Somizi Mhlongo is 22 years older than his husband Mohale Motaung. Tragedy would strike on the 4th of July 2020 when Somizi's mother, Mary Twala, died at Park Lane Private Hospital, Johannesburg, around 11 a.m.
Veteran actress and entertainer Mary Twala has been laid to rest. Twala died last Saturday, days after she was admitted to a hospital in Johannesburg.
Her death was equally felt by South Africans, as they remembered her unassuming personality as one that elicits laughter in everybody. Somizi buried his mother 5 days later on the 9th of July 2020 in Soweto. Her death occurred during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, and because of this, barely 50 people were present at her burial. Talking about his mother's death, Somizi interpreted the timing of her passing as a sign that it was the right time for his mother to meet his dad and celebrate his special day.
My mother was also the most punctual person I know, so I know that even her death was on time. And her timing is always impeccable, to a point where she lives just around my dad's birthday and she's buried on my husband's birthday. That is my mother for you.
Mohale and Somizi have had a rocky relationship from the get-go. Just 1 year into their union, Mohale was accused of cheating after posting a picture with his male buddies on his social platforms. Again in early 2021, Mohale did an interview with the producers of the reality show Living the Dream with Somizi, and he accused his husband of being physically abusive.
Then he beat me up. Like beat me up totally hectically. Like my ribs were broken. Like tooth was falling out, and scratches, I'd probably be here.
Somizi later confirmed in early August 2021 that they were getting a divorce, but he was quick to deny the physical abuse allegations. With the creative genes of entertainers like Mary Twala and Ndaba Mhlongo running in his veins, it does not come as a surprise that Somizi is multi-talented. In the long run, he grew up to create a niche for himself in the world of entertainment. Today, he is a renowned actor, radio and TV host, author, dancer, choreographer, and a reality TV star. Somizi deserves a mention in the list of the most successful entertainers in South Africa, as he has excelled in the industry for over 4 decades.